Oh. Oh.
Look at his hips.
I know. Bloody little hips. Oh.
You are Omni-Man, son.
Thank you to NARWAL for sponsoring this video. More on them in just a bit.
Citizens of Viltrumite, we are here to say we forgot Tech Jacket was in Invincible Season 3, apparently, and is one of the people that took out one of the Invincibles. Someone reminded me of that in the comments,
wow.
and I was like, don't recall that.
Nope.
So rewatched the whole thing, and I forgot a couple seconds, and it's really bit us in the buttocks in the comments.
Oh my God.
With that in mind, we love that last episode still, and we are excited to watch episode 6. I speak for both of us. Are you excited?
I am extremely excited. Yeah, the things that I've been waiting for the past 2 seasons are finally happening. So yeah, let's freaking get it going, man.
Let's get it going. Comment below and everything else we forget. Let's go.
It is time for war.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We, the coalition of planets, have never been more unified,
Good.
more determined, more ready, and Viltrum has never been weaker.
That's a brain.
50 Viltrumites hide behind their conquered armies, while millions of us rise together against them.
Oh, it's
Their
like the...
coalition thinks
Oh.
it is strong,
Okay.
but they will shatter before
truly at
our
war.
strength, our devotion, our vengeance.
Well, you look like Nazis.
I was going to say, you're doing a fascism right now.
They are not even the dust beneath our heels.
We will end their cruelty. We will end their tyranny.
We are endless. Even the Scourge virus, the most depraved of their weapons, only made us stronger.
We will end them. We are endless.
We will repay our suffering thousandfold.
Good.
They
Good.
believe
I'm
that
on their
their
side.
strength is insurmountable, but they are wrong.
They must have created an antidote to this stuff.
I imagine at this point,
Together, we have
They're
discovered
Viltrumite
their
scientists.
weaknesses, and we will use them to break their hold on the galaxy.
There is no advantage they have over us.
oh snap, that would kill Mark too, potentially.
As easily as they fall before our fists.
Fists of the Viltrumites. I love this intercutting between the good and the bad.
Yeah, it's also the first time I realized, like, oh yeah, both of them have very powerful Viltrumite leaders, both sides of this thing.
Of patience and unity and hope have led us to this moment.
We are at war. You nopins.
It will be less than the suffering Viltrum brings upon us every single moment they exist.
Wow, we are going so much bigger in scale. Finally.
Remember always, if we remain unified against their empire of pain,
We will be invincible.
we will prevail.
Oh shit. Okay. I don't know the show.
Go
I'm
now
sorry, Robert
and
Kirkman.
remember Argall's words.
All is ours. Let the war begin.
Begin.
Oh, that's a really cool looking shot of the planet.
There's going to be a lot of casualties here, man.
Oh my God, so much death.
Or they're going to attack them right from here.
Sneak attack.
It's a space battle.
Wow.
This one Viltrumite's going to cause so
These
much damage.
animals dare rise against us. Against us, who brought stability to madness, brought order to chaos.
They really believe that.
If they only knew how the betrayer sacrifices them for his own twisted purpose. Thetis and the Coalition will be destroyed. And Viltrum will retake its rightful place in the
mean?
universe.
Something we don't
will
know?
not fail you.
Who are you talking to?
Look like a skull. Maybe his dad?
This is where Invincible and Conquest were. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, nah. Oh, he's finding service. He's raising the bar.
This is bullshit.
Is it like a calling signal?
Even Conquest deserves
He was a
Oh, he
monster.
buried
He
him.
almost killed me. He almost killed Mark twice.
his devotion to Viltrum.
You weren't there. You didn't see what he did to Earth.
I was doing the Viltrum signal, or the logo. So.
People at home hate him almost as much as they hate you.
Wow, he took the time to bury him.
And he bandaged him up? Wow. Oh, to use his
What is he,
cape to
getting
bandage
better?
him? That's smart.
He should recover.
We need to get him out of here. Off this stupid planet to, I don't know, somewhere with doctors or a hospital or something.
We're deep inside Viltrumite territory. Moving Mark would be too risky.
Ooh.
Better to stay hidden and wait for him to recover.
But-
he'll pull through. We just need to be patient.
How patient?
Months, most likely.
Months.
We don't have months.
Season
We
5.
gotta get to the war. People will die if we're not there to help.
Oliver,
I didn't leave Earth and Mom just to be stuck on some stupid planet with you.
Oh, this might be an episode for them.
It's never been this bad. Not even after the first time with Conquest. I never thought I'd see Mark this messed up.
This is worse for him.
I wish he really was.
Oh, we're building to them going into the space war.
That was the first time the title sequence was kind of softer than we've normally seen it.
Yeah, even those soft cracks.
General Krieg. Lucan, Crad, divert to Glacier Prime immediately. Our source reports Coalition forces are en route.
Glacier Prime.
They believe they can wrest the planet from our control. Ensure they learn their error at great cost.
General.
Crush the Coalition's incursion and you may yet earn our Regent's forgiveness.
It will be done. My God, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
They're playing a video game.
You said if we leave the pod, those two Viltrumites would tear us into tiny little pieces.
And pop our eyes out. Yes, I know. We get hot food in the shower and back into this war.
All right, let's do it. Right after.
We just finished this game. I mean, we're not there yet. Couldn't even leave right now if we wanted to.
Perfect partner. It's always time for an action scene, I suppose. Damn, this bug can take it.
Yeah. We got to hit our quota.
Oh, now we
Like
can.
this? Yeah. Oh, no. There it is.
Should never have gone for the swallow.
Hope you're hungry.
Yeah, I'm never eating that.
Sure. Yeah, there it is.
So gross.
Just a liquid. We don't want him choking on anything solid.
Wow.
I'm using a rock to cut up the bug meat.
Are we going to go through months of this? You guys got to start having a conversation.
You need to eat too.
I'm not hungry.
It's been weeks.
Wow.
You'll starve to death if you don't eat something.
I wish.
Yeah, we got to fix this relationship. You gotta talk to him, Nolan.
We're going training.
What time is it even?
Training time. I just told you.
I'm
Gotta get the
good.
Viltrumite
It wasn't
attitude.
a request. With all this time on our hands, we might as well get you trained and ready for the
Do
war.
right.
I know how to fight.
Oh, you do you?
You didn't train with him, though.
I do. Wonder why you don't know that.
Fine. Show me what you got.
Oh, like when he trained Mark.
Season 1, episode 1. He's gonna punch him in the stomach, and then Oliver's gonna cry like Mark did.
Ooh.
You are nothing to me.
He's exerting so much effort.
See? A little training might not be so bad after all. Maybe over by those mountains. All right?
Now you're
Feeling
learning.
better now?
I heard you that night at home with Mom.
What are you talking about?
I was upstairs.
Oh.
Mom was a mistake.
You said you didn't love my other mom, my real mom, that she was a mistake.
Ooh.
I didn't mean for you to hear that.
Am I a mistake too?
That's not what I...
Ooh.
Oliver,
I wanted to be just like you, like Omni-Man. I even wore your stupid symbol, but then you came home to find Mark and didn't even bother to see me.
Oh, God, that sucks.
You don't care about me. Never did.
you're right, Oliver. I haven't been a father to you, but I'm trying to do better.
Mm-hmm.
To be a better person. It's harder than I thought.
Yeah. Well, no one's going to really forgive you.
You're too late.
You're thriving off of your son's innate love that comes with them being your son.
We're here, and so is the Coalition. This is our chance. If we go now, we might be able to reach the Coalition lines before those two nerds tear us apart.
Finally, but we're so.
Oh, it would be so
Yeah, we
irresponsible.
really should have.
I forget sometimes that Alan is Seth Rogen. I was like, oh yeah, huh? He does a great job in this role.
And his Donkey Kong.
Fly faster, guys.
Alan?
Shit! Come on!
Alan could take them on. Wow, he is way out flying you.
I'm already at max thrust.
Ooh, yeah, just carry her, man.
Nice. Shit.
We're here, idiot!
Yeah, because they know that she's a weakness of theirs. It could be.
Oh man, this sucked last time. It also will suck now.
Oh, wow. These two know how to work as a team.
Uh-oh. Damn.
Yeah, these guys have a really good co-op skill.
Oh, I really hate this part.
Tech, where are you?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Yay!
Let's see what you're made of.
Good. She returns to die also.
I'm not the one who's gonna get shot in the face by an unstoppable super weapon.
Yes!
That guy.
That's right. Space Racer.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Oh, well, he could just take
Wow.
on the entire Viltrum army.
That was like some Dragon Ball Z shit right there. That was nuts. He looks scared. He's like, oh, shit.
Another time.
Yeah, bye, Steve Harvey.
No wonder.
You better run, boy! Whatever this is that we're doing up here.
Makes a lot of sense why Nolan hit this guy.
You guys are the best.
I couldn't let you die, then we'd never finish the game.
It's a good point, and I still appreciate it.
This battle isn't over yet.
Wow, there's some kind of Guardians of the Galaxy.
That gun is some secret sauce. I didn't realize that's what we were cooking with.
I know you don't like how it looks, but this is the best part.
Oh,
Shouldn't we, like, cook it or something?
This one's better raw.
it's drippy.
Oh,
Mm.
he likes it. He's almost done with it.
His favorite food.
He ate it in
Favorite.
like 4 bites.
I mean, you did come from an alien bug planet. Seeing things that aren't human shouldn't be too crazy for you.
Is there any more?
You've always been a picky eater,
Aw.
you know? When you were born, your mom used to...
Don't talk about her.
Ooh, yeah, still sore.
There's so much I could...
I said don't talk about her.
He can't hurt you physically, but he can hurt you emotionally, Nolan. Like Aaron with me.
I'm so abusive.
What is it? She all right?
Mark isn't healing properly.
Why not?
Uh-oh.
All that liquid we've been giving him doesn't have enough protein. We need to find something more nutritious that he doesn't have to chew.
Oh, what a weird side quest.
Those should do the trick.
It's a freaky sack.
But who's the mommy?
Wherever there's eggs, there's a mom. I need you on lookout.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know you're all upset. Shoot.
Oh, is it identical to the creature he fought before?
I think it's bigger.
Well, you know what to do. Get
Yeah.
swallowed by it, then burst from inside.
You take the left, I'll take the right. And watch for that tail.
Ah, this is where they bond. Double whammy.
Nice. Father and son?
That was a cool shot.
Time to end this.
No, she was just protecting our eggs.
Oliver, that thing's an animal.
Maybe she's smart, and we just don't know it.
This is where it starts, Nolan.
We need those eggs.
She can't lay more if we kill her.
You're right.
We're just going to take your babies. We're good. I'm good now.
Yes, Talescria is pretty cool, but wait till I take you to Little Europa. Oh, they have the best
Alan!
General Telia.
He turned red. That was a nice detail.
Start doing it.
I thought I'd lost you.
I'll always find my way back to you.
You guys.
Don't touch us. It's our moment.
We should hurry. Thetis is waiting.
You survived.
Sure did, Sparky. Why is that so surprising to you?
I almost forgot.
They have a game.
There's someone else who wants
Battle
to see.
Beast?
Traders found him floating in space a full 2 seconds
Yes.
from that Viltrumite prison you and Nolan escaped
Oh,
from.
No way.
Battle Beast?
Yes way.
He's been waiting here for days. He refused to do anything until he spoke to you first.
You promised me more battle. More worthy opponents. More!
Oh, it's good to see you too, buddy. Tell me, how do you feel about war?
I am War Beast.
We sent out a rescue team, but you were all lost deep in enemy territory. Once the war started, we had to call off the search. It was too dangerous.
If anyone could find them, it's Alan.
They will find their way to us, as you both did.
We just could really use them now.
Wait, are things bad? What's happening with the war?
These are the planets still under Viltrumite occupation. These are the ones we've liberated. It hasn't been easy. We've managed to advance in these sectors, as well as over here, but it's cost us a lot of good people. They've pushed us back here and here, trying different strategies and tactics, but the Viltrumites and their forces are too strong.
Well, that is about to change. Don't forget what he said.
Nice. Wow. It has been months. Oliver's hair hasn't grown that much, though. That's surprising.
You know, Oliver should be like 58 years old now.
Yeah, right? With how fast he ages.
My mom meant nothing to you, then why'd you have me?
Oliver, what I said about Andressa wasn't true. I was stupid, desperate, and I didn't want to hurt Debbie any more than I already had.
This is good. He just keeps lying.
After I left Earth, I was lost. Andressa saved my life.
You look like this.
If someone makes a mistake but works to make it better, they forgive and move on immediately. They showed me there might be a way back if I tried hard enough.
A bunch of them died because of you.
I know going to Thragg'S was a mistake. But you were not a mistake.
Nope.
And neither was my time with Andressa.
He acquired Mark
You
just to
deserve
save
to be
you.
angry at me. I've failed you in every way a parent shouldn't. And I know that fixing that, if I even can, will take time.
Take time.
Tell me about Andressa. Tell me about my mom.
Oh, it's a good change of pace. Before he didn't want him to speak a word about her. Oh, are they training this mother now? Oh, distracting. Didn't get the
Gotta get my wigs. Yeah, working together as a team. It's kind of wild as a father and son with powers. Oliver spent more time with Nolan than Mark ever did. At least as like a form of a hero, or bonding over the fact that they have abilities.
Oh, Oliver landing some hits. Oliver making daddy bleed.
I don't know how this song is relevant to what's happening, but it's a vibe. Hey, okay.
He's healing nicely. I think it's supposed to give a false sense that we are becoming victorious before everything gets really bad. Oh, look, father and son went fishing.
Hey, classic father and son stuff on an alien planet. How lovely.
Hey, Dad, how do you think the war's going? You think we're winning?
If the Coalition has turned some of the Empire's conquered planets against them, they might have a chance.
Nice.
There's only so many Viltrumites to go around.
Mark?
He speaks.
He gets paid.
He gets paid.
He's just dreaming, but it's a good sign. He'll wake up any day now.
Any day?
I know, it's been a long wait, but Mark is almost...
No, that's not what I know we have to get back to the war.
I've enjoyed spending time with you.
I'm gonna miss it here.
All right, Mark, now that you're healed, let's start fighting.
Gotta get back to training.
Grand Regent, we are in a unique and precarious situation.
How?
Two primary reasons. One, several planets formerly of our empire. Secondly, the betrayer has strategically deployed several powerful allies, combining their strengths to defeat and kill lone Viltrumites.
Thragg'S believes he has won this war, that he and his allies are safe on his adopted planet.
Yeah, do you have a secret weapon we don't know about yet?
Regent, Talescria is too well defended.
Is it?
They're going to go right to the home base.
Your words, our deeds.
It is long past due for the betrayer to pay for his crimes. With Thragg'S and his allies dead, the Coalition will dissolve, and you, Emperor Argal, will finally be avenged.
Now we know who the skull is. Skull.
I'm different from everyone else there. Even Mark. I made some new friends for a while, but then I just outgrew them. It was weird.
Yeah.
And they didn't seem to understand. Once, Mom and Paul took me to the seafood restaurant.
Look at his hips.
I know. Slutty little hips.
There was one in there that was beautiful. It had like blue speckles all along its shell. It made me feel, I don't know, fizzy inside.
Fizzy? You mean... Oh.
I want to fuck a lobster?
I still ate it though.
Oh.
You are Omni-Man, son. No, he's walking.
Gonna unbury him, check that if he's dead.
Damn. How far along do you think Eve is back home?
That's a great question. Probably super pregnant.
Oh, I thought when I woke up and I couldn't find you two, I thought something had happened. Then I found this. I thought...
Each of them, their bodies. Damn.
We're both fine, Mark. We're all okay.
You grew a
Family's all
beard.
right.
So did you.
You were out almost 2
That's
months.
funny. Wow.
2 months? But
Conquest.
you killed Conquest?
No, you did.
You did. I like this new look for Mark. His new hair.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is war, and unfortunately, it isn't over.
And sometimes when the war starts, you take 2-month breaks.
I know you have all endured terrible hardships, but our victories paint an undeniable picture.
They switch sides on the panels.
I understand your grief, and I feel your pain. Each loss in our struggle for freedom wounds me deeply.
Oh, that's the traitor.
Him?
Yeah, the big guy's the traitor.
But I promise you, this is the only
When he said he
way.
was surprised, I was like, that Alan was alive. I was like, but that just confirmed it.
We must finish what we have started.
Letting the gate guards down.
Our next course of action is securing the gains we've made in the Geldarian sector.
Oh, no.
Right at the heart.
All right, brother, you got to rip that beard off now. Oh, okay, she's good. Alan's girl. We're a space racer.
Wow, Daddy's has turned into a toga.
Ronan, the accuser, needs to leave. Leave Nova Prime alone.
Who was played by Lee Pace.
Yes.
Oh, just a bunch of innocent people.
Jesus. War is freaking ugly. Oh! Just saw some stuff like that coming. That's rough. That's rough, Ronan. Jeez. Ah ha ha ha.
Where is the betrayer?
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Could actually see him in action this time.
Yes. Rip that beard off, dog.
Daddy's, you can't take them on one at a time. Oh no, it's different when it's your home planet. It's different when you're actually privy to all the crime, the violence.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I told you another time.
But this is another time. This is a different time than the last time.
Where's the gun?
Yeah, where's friggin' Space Racer?
I'm kind of worried about her.
Oh no.
Who's gonna save him?
Woo!
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Great uppercut.
No. Is that Anissa?
The kidnapping her?
Yeah.
Oh, Nissa.
Let's see you fight without your Geldarian skin.
Oh, cool.
Is that Mark? Yo, they got those super fast. Okay. All right.
With his abs showing and everything.
Mark, are you good, dog? After
These soldiers
not
are
fighting for 2
enslaved.
months?
Try not to kill them so they can help us when they're free.
Got it.
Oh, Oliver's been saving his mask for this very occasion.
Go right for the ships, buddy.
Oliver, follow me. What are we doing?
Gonna destroy the ship.
Yeah, doing the Captain Marvel.
Whoa!
Woo!
It's action hero bros.
The scream of victory. Daddy.
All right, I want to see what this guy will do. They've been hyping this guy up. Dude, Daddy, you're like the best. No, don't kill Anisha.
She's too hot. Wait.
She's one of the hot ones.
Are y'all fleeing?
Yeah.
All
Get
scared.
the fuck out of here.
Mark?
Oh,
Is it a bomb?
No, it's just gonna crash in the city. Come on, Alan and Mark. Alan, Mark, and then
Yeah, there's other people
the
who can help
betrayer.
her. You got this. You got this, Zoe.
There it is. Zoe wrote MVP.
Zoe has super strength, right, guys?
Damn, none of y'all can live? Okay, I was about to say.
Keep going.
Zoe is helping out, but I take back my sarcasticness.
She contributes. Yeah. Be gone, debris.
Oh, do some like cool lineup now. You guys are on space. Lineup. Yeah, lineup.
Our planetary defense network is back up. No sign of additional Viltrumite forces.
Good.
Did we win?
I don't know about that. Lost a lot of people.
Someone explained the talking to each other mentally thing. I thought that was only a Unopan thing that Alan could do.
Yeah, they originally said it was a one-to-one thing, but they've been a little inconsistent with that.
Things like this aren't supposed to happen here.
This is only a minor setback and shows how desperate the Viltrumites truly are.
Minor setback.
Minor setback? Do you know how many people we lost today?
That is not an empathetic
You
response.
must consider the war, Alan, not the battle.
He's starting to sound a lot more like a Viltrumite.
I'd really rather not.
This doesn't make any sense. Someone disabled our planetary defense system, but no one outside our network would have been able to do that. It's impossible.
The mole.
The commands all came from a single console? Oh, no.
No, it's the other guy, not him. It's the other guy.
Your console dropped our defenses.
No, I would never. Then who?
The one across from me.
You!
Ooh. Well, damn. No one could even question him about it.
How could you? We dedicated our lives to the Coalition.
No, maybe it was both of you.
You betrayed us all.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
How long have you been betraying us to the Viltrumite Empire? Years.
Ooh.
I knew they were going to win, and I didn't want to die.
If you don't want to die
Coward.
right now, you'll tell us everything you know.
Where's your brain located?
Shoot him again.
Thragg's returning to Viltrum. He's going to regroup there. Plan another attack.
When?
How do you know all these plans?
When all the other Viltrumites arrive, he's calling everyone home.
Why are you smiling?
If we strike Thrag now,
He's gonna use the bomb.
before he's joined by his remaining forces, we may have a chance to end this war forever. Without their leader, the other Viltrumites will scatter, letting us deal with them one by one.
Wait, you want us to go to...
The heart of their empire,
Oh, go to their home.
the planet Viltrum.
Interesting. I have a theory. Fascinating.
I don't believe your theory.
Don't tell me this motherfreaker isn't dead. Are you serious?
My man.
Ah! He just won't die!
Bomb fist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was a great mislead. I'll give him that.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
That
Oh,
was
well.
fun.
Guys, girls, do you ever feel like your home just can't keep up with your life? Now, I come from a hoarder's home. I mean that literally, not some metaphor. So a mess is quite triggering for moi. Yet, I'm barely home these days. My wife's also gone working. We've got a bunch of cats, and cleaning just becomes a constant battle. I order so many things that come to our home. She doesn't care for 99% of them. But when the NARWAL 2 flow showed up, she was over the moon. I think she fell in love with me all over again, or maybe for the first time. And honestly, I didn't realize how good this thing was until I set it up. And by I mean she. So thanks, NARWAL, for sponsoring today's video. So the Flow 2 is basically both a robot vacuum and a mop, and way smarter than anything I've used before. Most of these like robots just kind of push dirt around. This thing actually cleans. Our new entertainment is not some app on our TV. It is just watching this thing go to work. It uses this flow wash system that sprays fresh water constantly, scrubs with this reverse rolling warm mop, and cleans itself in real time so you're not just spreading mess around. Then it's powered by NARMind Pro, which uses cameras and AI to recognize objects, avoid cords, adapt to messes, and even has pet-friendly features, which is great for someone with 4 cats. It's quiet, smart, and honestly, just makes life easier. So if you want your home handled, go to us.narwal.com/Greg. That's us or us.narwal.com/Greg. I love that it's Greg and not Real Rejects. That just makes me happy. Thank you, Narwal, for improving my life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have watched Invincible Season 2, or 4 plus 2 equals 4 is 5, 6. 4 by 6. That's what we watched, Aaron.
Yes.
Stop yelling at me, please. And if you'd like to support the channel, a great way you can do that is by joining our Patreon page, becoming a Royal Reject, where you can do the full reaction watch along with Invincible, where you sync up with your own copy. Also, generally, most of our movie reactions, you're able to participate in our reviews by asking us questions. We feature you, your question, shout you out by proxy. Additionally, a great way to support the channel is by going to rejectnationshop.com. We got a bunch of comic book inspired tees over there. And our Royal Rejects, our patrons, get 15% off. Okay, Aaron, there's so much that happened in here. Mark healed, got an Invisible 4-pack. He grew a beard. Oliver, he's got some facial hair. Omni-Man, he grew a beard. The Thaddeus and allies, they were winning until they attacked home.
Oliver had a crush on a lobster.
Oliver tried to do it with a lobster. We don't know what's going on. Amber, 2 months have passed. Omni-Man and Oliver are now the father and son getting along, and then we found who the traitor was. Big reveal. You had guessed it from the beginning.
Dun, dun, dun.
So yeah, so much had happened. How would you feel about this episode overall?
I liked it. It's a weird thing because I'm like, we're finally into the war, and it seemed like some major stuff happened as far as the progression of the war, but I don't know. It didn't move me or like get me excited in the way that I was hoping for. I liked the narrative progression of what we were doing, like in theory, but some of it seemed like it was moving a little fast. I feel like we could have used some more dramatic weight there. I like that Oliver and Nolan are on the same page. Something about the progression of how it moved felt a little quick because we were just kind of like jumping at different points. And a lot happened in the course of 50 minutes that kind of moved the overall needle for the narrative, which I thought was cool. But yeah, I think it was more of an episode that I just liked and enjoyed as a chapter as part of the large narrative than like, oh my god, this is a great episode. I still think last episode was one of the best of the season. I don't feel the way I felt about episode 4 because this actually was something that felt like very pivotal to the immediacy of the moment. And yeah, there's some stuff with the betrayer that feels a little dubious. You know, we had Throg. That's his name, right? Throg.
No,
Thrag. He says something to the effect of, they're not. This guy's not who they think he is or whatnot. And
what his real motive is.
His real motive is, yeah. And I'm like, that's interesting. And just the way he responded after the battle. He's almost like in like the Hunger Games, like President Coin. Like he's trying to go after the bigger evil when he has his own motives in the face of. Have you seen those?
I remember President Coin.
Julianne Moore's character. Did you watch those?
Yes, I remember Julianne Moore was in the Hunger Games, was she?
Yeah, so she was like the District 12 leader, but like in the replacement of the regime of the capital, she wanted to replace it with something that wasn't them, but like herself in power. So I feel like
I need to rewatch these movies.
Yeah, man. Yeah, maybe we can react to them one day with somebody. But I feel like this guy is not the man we perceive him to be.
He is a betrayer. You can't trust a betrayer.
You can't trust a betrayer.
Stitches get stitches. You know what they say, man.
He feels just as potentially vicious and as cold as the Viltrumites do, but for the opposite end, which I think is interesting. He is fighting for a different cause, but he still is a Viltrumite at heart.
Isn't that kind of necessary to win a war? You have to kind of detach yourself from emotions in order to keep proceeding. You have to view a loss like this as a setback and not as a loss.
I guess, but I feel like there's a line, though. You have to still matter.
This is why you wouldn't survive in the battlefield. Not like me.
I know you're
Everyone knows I'm a tough mother effer over here.
Yeah.
I'll throw down.
Never shed a tear.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm not going to cry in war. You're like a bunch of sissies.
Sissy shit. Well, yeah, man. How did you feel about the episode?
I was going like, am I just tired today? And then I realized I'm not tired today. And I do feel very similar to how you feel about this episode. It seems like it's one of those things where everything... I kind of said this about 4. Yeah, very similar to what you were saying. I kind of said this about 4. I'm like, everything about this I should love, but I don't. And nothing here I outright disliked. I liked the episode overall.
Yeah.
And the finale battle was rewarding and had a lot of merit and was the most exciting part of the episode. I do feel it would have been more thrilling if everything preceding it was strongly emotionally engaging instead of kind of being in flux. Like when they weren't with... Like Oliver and Omni-Man, that was taking me some time to even get super into that, when that should be kind of the easiest sell. there's something about this planet, perhaps, that's like that's so barren that abandonment of atmosphere and landscape kind of makes some of the experience feel a little bit like flat too. And through the passage of several months, I feel like not much really advanced with them over the course of those months. It seemed like they were kind of going through a lot of stuff very quick. And somehow by going through stuff quick, it made things less interesting and at times a little boring. You know what I mean? Like sometimes in those conversations, though, they were interesting. Like the context wise, I did like how Oliver and Omni-Man were finding a natural way to have a conversation. The reveal that Oliver was there when he said the thing about his mom, his biological mom, does add weight. And the conflict that they had, this is Oliver's best episode, I would say. In spite of some of the feelings, I would still say this is Oliver's best episode so far in this season. And the way they found their kinship felt good, but it was like it's one of those things where it's like everything was right there, but through the execution of how we got there, I didn't really feel like I emotionally connected with it as much as I should. And as someone with like my own set of daddy issues, I feel like there's a lot of easy sell stuff for me that I wasn't really, I just didn't fully click with. And when we weren't cutting with them, it was sometimes I was in a little bit conflict with the enjoyment of the episode. This is one of those things where it's like if we were just watching it as part of my binge, I wouldn't really give a shit. But in terms of like reacting to something and having to review it, I'm going to review it. And part of reviewing it is really assessing the impact of the episode and and sometimes I think that's where the disparaging part between viewer and YouTuber can come into play. So whenever they were with Alan and Zoe, like the joke about the video game was funny, but somehow with that. At the same time, with them never really feeling like they were in danger because they just kept resorting to the video game, undercut the tension with a joke. So the episode kind of needed action to have tension.
Yeah.
And I think the show works best when they can have tension, really feel that tension and the weight of that without needing, and the action just complements that. So if you look at Alan and Zoe, there's no real tension with them until Viltrumite show up to start punching them, in space. So when they go back to their planet, the dialogue there, and then they're winning, and I understand. I even said while we were watching, like, yeah, this whole thing's supposed to just kind of sell that, like, oh, they're winning, and it's supposed to mislead us into like, oh, this is where everything's great, but then something terrible is going to happen. Like it was obvious that's what was going to happen. We're giving it a chance. I felt like we were being pretty respectful to the episode. We weren't just like interrupting or shitting on it or anything. And somehow, it just felt like we were missing out on some sizzling in the steaks,
Yeah. And it was interesting because I feel like I'm accustomed to when we see recaps, all the things in the recaps are relevant to what we're about to watch. And that kind of was the case in the last episode where it showed the little bit from episode 4, but like how the fire lady got punched and she wasn't in the episode at all. And in this, pre-beginning, it showed Amber with Eve with the baby, or her being pregnant. So I thought that was going to be in some way part of the episode. And I feel like with the amount of things that happen in this episode, compacting with so many things kind of undercuts the effect of what they're trying to tackle with how large of a scope that it is. Because we went from Mark thinking that Mark was on the verge of death at the end of last episode through, oh crap, they're on this desert planet with no way to communicate with the main planet, to them just showing up in the nick of time and Mark's already better. I was like, okay, I feel like that stuff could have been spread out, and maybe if they took more of this is a universal approach, or like we're dealing with the war stuff here, we're dealing with the Mark stuff here, we're dealing with the stuff with Amber over here, or with Eve over here, maybe we're dealing with the Monster Girl stuff, maybe tackling the effects of the worlds could have allowed some of the stuff to breathe a little bit more, with giving the show the effect of things feeling like they're longer, which in part could have helped us feel like, okay, these guys really are on a planet for months, and we are getting to have these scenes where they're growing and connecting. I don't know, that's just a theory, because I feel like with this comic being like something like taking place over the course of 10 years of releasing, you have to truncate a lot of the stuff within the course of 8 episodes, which means you have to compact a lot and montage through a lot, which I feel like can undercut the effect of the thing that you're trying to accomplish. Like if we spent more time with Mark and Omni-Man and Oliver trying to get back to the planet where the resistance was at, and their journey there, and them all connecting, or maybe we get to see the struggle of some of the war rather than just knowing that they conquered and took out different planets over the course of a montage. I feel like that battle would have felt like it had greater stakes.
Yeah, like when
it would have been more devastating.
When they're coming to the panel of the leaders, they're like, we lost all these people. I'm like, well, I didn't get a sense of any of that.
Exactly.
They're like, you're telling me that. And I think this episode did a lot of information and fulfilling beats of an outline with having certain moments that would hit. Like there was a joke about the video game that I thought did really hit. The fight with Zoe and Alan and the Viltrumites did hit when Space Racer shows up with the Space Racer.
Yeah,
when he shows up with the gun, that was a cool moment.
Awesome.
That was a great moment. And with all the buildup around this guy, we finally got to see what the capability was, and they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, this is a worthwhile investment to have gone out to get this dude." So that was good, and there were moments, of course, with Oliver and Omni-Man that I did enjoy and were good conversational pieces, and then the final fight was really good too. And yeah, like as we were talking, I was like, "Oh yeah, it might have been a little more effective if they had shown there's the struggles were going on, or maybe it was like really hard for them, and us being aware that like they need Omni-Man, Mark, and Oliver.
Yeah,
right now,
they're struggling without him.
Yeah, whereas like, they don't seem like they're really struggling without them, and so like they came in at the right time. But if they were like really selling the struggle without them, and I'm still waiting to get the sense of like, we're 6 episodes in, and I still find Conquest remarkably more interesting than Thrag.
Yeah.
And people have really hyped up Thrag.
Yeah.
And it's a really big deal that Thragg's going to be here. So there's still 2 episodes left. And if he carries on past this season, presumably will. Cool. And then we'll really understand why all the hype around Thrag. But I feel like with the 2 episodes, with the 1 episode we got with Conquest in last season, it has been much more of a fascinating character and scarier and more threatening in almost every aspect. Even though he's lost twice now, he's still somehow scarier.
I mean,
Yeah,
in the show's defense, I feel like sometimes it's a great help, other times it's a hindrance. The fact of how, I guess, economic they are with the amount of time they give things, because the show is able to fit a lot of stuff within the course of 50 minutes. I felt like last episode that was a plus and a positive of how much they were able to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like this one was a bit of a hindrance. But kind of how you were saying, the stuff with Conquest, we became so endeared to that character and so fascinated by that character over the course of a single episode that I'm not too concerned with the stuff with Thrag, because I feel like in that finale we could become super endeared to him. But right now we're just kind of teasing him about something like a Thanos. We didn't really care about Thanos until we saw Infinity War.
That's fair. That's a good point. I'm not too bothered by it. I feel like by this point it should be like suspenseful.
Totally.
Like I should be on like the edge of my seat, and I'm not. Like I've invested fucking. We all have, all of us here, and I don't know how many rewatches you guys have done. I mean, you guys have read the comics, and and then Aaron and I have rewatched the show several times. So there's been a lot of like investment into getting to this point. So by now it should be like this should be like fucking heart racing.
Right. Every episode should be hitting like a banger.
Like suspenseful tension or exciting, And right now this was like, yeah, it's fine. After a really exciting episode last week, then we got to a point like, yeah, that was fine. And that big finale moment, but I don't want the show to only really thrive at its like really soar. I don't want it to only soar when there's violence going down. I think it should be soaring when it's just drama scenes and shit,
Yeah. Also, the stuff with the mole was kind of underwhelming. I was like, oh, all right, I guess it's just that guy, because they keep hyping up like, who's the mole?
Yeah.
Who's taking? Who's betraying us?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right. And then he just got shot in the head, and you think he's dead, and then he's just still alive. I'm like, oh, what was the point of that? I don't know.
I'm surprised like they would go so high. I mean, there's something kind of funny to me about like they would suspect someone much higher up because there's a mole here. that they didn't bother to look at the little guy, but I don't even know if that was like part of the commentary or if that was like part of the oversight.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no like, oh shit to it when there has been a buildup to that.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they were actively looking for the mole either. Just like, oh, there's a mole here. It's gonna come out eventually.
Yeah, when you're in war, I feel like they should. It's true. Like when you're in war like that, where it takes one guy to like swipe a button down in order to leave you defenseless. Like
it's that easy.
Like you should definitely be on the lookout for your mole.
Yeah, but I feel like there's so many things happening that they didn't really give time to that. Yeah, this is an interesting kind of lesson about where you spend your time in how you are unveiling your information, how your story is unfolding. Because yeah, all the things were happening that we wanted to happen, but it just didn't feel satisfying in the way that I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Granted, we got 2 episodes left, so that could still change. We're about to go to Viltrum, and all the hype and fears. Well, first admiration and now like fear and dread for Mark. So that could be interesting. Where that's gonna be headed. Plus, they're farming that virus again, and I'm curious to see how I can't remember the actual character's name, but Optimus Prime's character Thaddeus will, if he's gonna utilize that bomb while Mark and Oliver are on the planet, while Omni-Man's on the planet, and how that's going to affect things going forward.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. This is still fucking Invincible, so still, great time.
Mm-hmm.
Still rather be here than not. And overall, this season is weird. Like, it's got 100% Rotten Tomatoes, understandably so. If I were to, I still recommend this show highly. I would say, though, it's like still got 2 episodes left. It's been a little bit more up and down than I expected to.
Yeah.
Like from up to mid to like one very defining down. But it's been a little bit more mid to high than some. But yeah, like because sometimes it's so great that you forget about the lows. And other times you're like, oh, it's been a little bit more low sometimes. We're like not as interesting moments,
But yeah, I feel like the season overall, how it will be remembered back will be how it lands its finale. Because I feel like that's kind of what happened. Yeah, that's what happened last season as well.
I love last season.
I remember.
I think last season's my favorite.
I remember as we were watching it, having some like up and down feelings, sort of similar to how we're having now. But I feel like the way that the last 2 episodes wrapped themselves up made up for the issues I had. So I'm hoping the last 2 episodes of this will do the same.
That's true. Yeah, I think there was not much focus on the Viltrum stuff, but the focus that they were giving us was so strong. like whatever they were executing was strong.
Yeah.
Like the Powerplex, like the Powerplex episode's a great example. I know not every episode could be a Powerplex episode,
of course not.
But that's like a great example of being able to do an episode that doesn't rely on action to be very engaging.
No, totally.
And right now it's like I get we're bigger, but sometimes when you go bigger, you lose some of that emotional immediacy that you thrive on.
Yeah, you lose the personal with trying to go as big. And like it was sad seeing Alan's girlfriend kind of seeing all the destruction, but we weren't really connected to that planet like that, so it didn't hold the same weight.
No. But hey, what are you gonna do? It's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm sure the last 2 episodes will be amazing. And overall, I'm excited just to talk about it. So thank you guys for being here on this journey with us. Thanks to those who still encourage us to just be honest with our thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
And if you disagree, that's what a keyboard is for. So you can be like,
let us know.
Do it. Do it. I'll see you guys.
Adios.